So who you been effing?
Who you been effing? You been effing with somebody because it shouldn't be burning when I'm peeing. I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean it's burning when you peeing?
Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Still not understand.
Hey y'all, it's me, Key. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and like, comment, and share this story time. We're on the road to 1K subscribers and we're trying to reach our goal by the end of the year. So if you like my content, go ahead and subscribe, okay? So as you can see by the title, we're back with another story time. And before we get into the story time, let me just say, if my face looks a little swollen, it is. I'm going to the dentist tomorrow. And I thought I would record a story time before I go ahead and take care of that because I'm going to be down for a few days. So let's get into the story time. So this story time is going to be about Sneaky. If you don't know who Sneaky is, I posted 2 story times about him. The one where my ex stole my car and he was a lying, cheating bum. So this story time takes place before those story times. So let's get into it. So during this time, me and Sneaky, we were good. He had a job, he was working, and I was taking him to work every day. I call myself trying to be a good girlfriend by dropping his raggedy self off at work every day, even though he could have just caught the bus because his job was closer to his house than I was. I live all the way in the boonies, y'all. I would have to get up at 5 in the morning and leave the house at 5:15 just so he can make it to work by 6. At first, he did appreciate the fact that I would get up and take him to work every day, but then he started to get too comfortable, like I was supposed to take him to work. So on this particular day, like usual, I got up and took him to work and everything was fine. So he goes to work, everything's normal, you know, we're texting throughout the day, everything's fine. I pick him up at 2:30 like normal, and like I said, everything was cool that day. He didn't say anything about nothing. So he hops in my car and he goes, "So who you been effing?" And I'm like, what? He tells me, "It's burning when I go pee." Who you been effing? You been effing with somebody because it shouldn't be burning when I'm peeing. I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean it's burning when you peeing? What are you talking about? So I'm like, no, you tripping. It's not me. Like, I didn't give you nothing. I said, nigga, who have you been effing? He goes, "I ain't been messing with nobody but you." I'm like, yeah, okay. So if you ain't been messing with nobody but me, you should be good because I don't have anything. I get checked regularly. And I had already showed him my papers before we even did anything, y'all. By this time, we had been together for a good little minute. I wasn't finna go for that. I'm not stupid. So I tell him, "What do you want to do?" He was like, "I need to go to the hospital to get checked because I think you gave me something." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, okay." So before we go to the hospital, he has me stop by his mom's house and then we go and get something to eat. Then we head down to the hospital. So I let him out in the front at the emergency and then I go park the car. I really don't want to be in there because people are sick. It's the emergency room. So I'm just sitting in the car. I was probably sitting in the car for a good hour. So I texted him like, "Hey, have you went to the back yet?" He hasn't responded. I'm calling his phone. He ain't answered the phone. I'm texting and calling. He's just not responding to me. So I get out the car and I walk in the emergency room. So his stupid self just sitting there with a mask on, like I'm not calling his phone or texting him. And I walk up to him. I'm like, "Don't you see me calling your phone?" And he really blew me because when I said that, he just gonna do this. "What you mean? What is that?" So he was just like, "No, I ain't even seen yet. Like, you come in here tripping. I wouldn't have to come in here tripping if you would just text me back or answer the phone. Like, why are you ignoring me?" He was weird as hell. He started to get beside himself. I should have known he was dealing with somebody else because he started to change. So I grabbed the mask and I went and sat on the other side of the emergency room. So we were in there for a good little minute. I don't even know. It had to be a few hours because the emergency room was packed that day. The nurse calls Sneaky's name and he gets up and goes to the back and he tells me he's gonna go by himself. For whatever reason, he didn't want me to go in the back with him. And later on, I figured out why he didn't want me to go in the back with him. After a long while, Sneaky comes out of the back and he has his paperwork and stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, they prescribed me some medicine and blah, blah, blah. I need to go to the pharmacy," whatever. So I asked Sneaky, "Why would they give you medicine if you don't have nothing? What did they do back there?" He was like, "Yeah, they tested me, but they're giving me medicine just in case." I'm like, okay. It didn't really dawn on me back then because my mind was just in so many different places. They can test your urine for STDs. So I'm pretty sure that they tested this boy's urine for STDs. That's why they gave him some medicine. And I'm not even thinking nothing of it. So I take him to go get his medicine, and then we wait for it, and I take him back to his house. On the weekend, Sneaky would go to my house and stay the night, and it happened to be a Friday. And I'm thinking we're just going back to his mom's house so he can grab some clothes so he can go to my house. And I'm like, okay, go get your clothes, hurry up, because I'm ready to go home. He was like, oh no, I'm not going to your house tonight. I'm like, what you mean you're not going to my house? He was like, I just need to stay home today. And I'm like, why? He goes, oh, because I don't know. I just need to stay home and take this medicine. And I already know I'm going to want to. And I'm not trying to do that. I just need to take this medicine. And I'm like, what's wrong with us if you don't have nothing? But I'm thinking to myself, if you supposedly don't have an STD, if you're good, what's wrong with you going home with me? And what's wrong with us? Like, we can do it because you don't have nothing. He was like, no. I know I ain't got nothing, but still, I want to make sure I take all this medicine first. I'm like, what do you need to take all the medicine for if you don't have nothing? It's not making any sense. So he starts to get mad. He starts yelling, I ain't going home with you. I'm finna stay home and take this medicine. I don't need to be around you right now. I'm like, what? Like, this ain't making no sense. Like, you got me messed up. You must got an STD, because why do you need to take this medicine? You're telling me that you don't have nothing, but you need to finish taking the medicine for an STD. Like, it just didn't make any sense, y'all. I was really dumb back then. I was so dumb. I believe anything that boy would tell me, y'all. After he gets mad, I get mad, because why you getting mad at me? First of all, you accuse me of cheating on you because your little PP is burning. And then I take you to the hospital to go get checked out, and take your raggedy ass to go get some medicine, and then take you back home. And I'm doing all this driving around for you. You ain't putting no gas in my car because you claim you have to pay your mama her money back. So I'm doing all of this out of the kindness of my heart for an ungrateful motherfucker. Like, you're not finna keep talking to me crazy. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not finna sit here and argue with this weak ass nigga. You don't want to go home with me? Fine, that's cool. I'll go home by myself, but just don't think I'm finna come pick your ass up on Monday to take you to work. Don't even think I'm finna do all that. So I put my car in reverse and begin to pull off. And before I pulled off, I yelled out the window, that's why your ling-a-ling burning, bitch. And I just smashed off. Like, bitch, fuck you. The fuck? And I took my ass home. And of course, he was blowing on my phone, texting me, talking shit because I said he was burning. Well, you're the one who told me that it burns when you go pee. Is it not burning? Did we just go to the hospital for all these hours for nothing? Right, it is burning. So a good week goes by, and I'm standing on business with Sneaky. I'm not taking him to work. I ain't even talking to him. I ain't texting him back, nothing. Because you had to have cheated on me. Ain't no way these doctors just gave you this medication for no reason. You had to be cheating on me. And then you try to flip it on me like I burnt you. No. So I stood on business with him, and I only stood on business for like a good week until I folded. Sneaky was just being real apologetic, talking about, yeah, I got paid and I want to take you out. I want to buy you something. Like, you've been doing so much for me and blah, blah, blah. Like, Sneaky was broke a lot of times because he would work every now and then, and he wasn't able to buy me the stuff that I wanted all the time. And when he did have some money, he'll try to make it up to me. So he had made it up to me that time. We had went to the outlet mall. He had bought me some shoes, and then we went into the Nike store. He had bought me 2 Nike shirts to go with my shoes. So we had made it. We was good. After that, Sneaky was telling me how his test results were ready and how he needed to go up to the hospital to go get them. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I don't mind shooting you around there to get your test results so we can both see what's up. So on the way to the hospital, I'm just letting Sneaky know. I'm letting you know right now, if you burn it, I'm done with you. You were cheating on me and you didn't use any protection, so I'm done with your ass. He was like, no, it ain't nothing like that. Like, I'm like, so why are you so worried about these test results? He was like, I just want to know. We both got tested before we even slept together, y'all. So he was clean in the beginning. So he should still be clean now, right? Right. He waited to open his test results when I took him back around to his mom's house, because his mom, she didn't live that far from the hospital. So we're sitting in the parking lot in my car, and he opens the results. So I'm just sitting there waiting for him to tell me something. It's been a good minute. Okay, it don't take you that long to read some damn results. So I'm like, so what's up? He goes, oh, it's nothing. See, I told you I ain't got nothing. I'm like, so why is it burning when you pee? He's like, I don't know, maybe I just need to drink more water. But y'all, he did not show me those damn results. And I don't know why I believed him. when he told me that he didn't have anything. Because like I said, you ain't burning for no reason. You ain't taking these pills for no reason. So I let him out and he thinks he's coming home with me. But I tell him, like, I'm still low-key mad at him because he did accuse me of burning him, which I didn't. Like, I hadn't cheated on Sneaky during that time. Like, I cheated on him way after the fact, you know? And when I did cheat on him, it was always protected. I ain't ever let no side nigga raw me. And I gotta give y'all a story time about my little Sneaky link too. The one I cheated on, Sneaky with. We became real cool after that. Like, I had got over my little issue with him. It took another few days for me to completely get over what had happened. So a good 2 weeks go by, and I remember it was late at night. Sneaky had called me probably like 2 o'clock in the morning, and he just sounded real bad, like he was down, like he was crying or whatever. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? What's going on? He was telling me, oh, my mom, she kicked me out. Like, I'm literally just walking around the street. I don't even know nobody out here. Like, I don't know Arizona, because Sneaky, he was not from Arizona. He had just moved out to Arizona that year, and I was literally the first person that he met in Arizona. So I asked Sneaky what happened. Like, what would make your mom put you out? And he was like, man, I don't know, she just be tripping. She tripping about some money. Because when Sneaky first moved out there, his cousin, he had came to Arizona with his cousin and his sister. His cousin had a U-Haul full of all Sneaky clothes and his sister clothes, because they were both moving to Arizona from another state. So they got all of his sister's clothes out of the U-Haul, but they forgot to get Sneaky's clothes out of the U-Haul. And I don't know how they did that, but yeah, maybe his cousin's clothes were in the U-Haul too and he was going somewhere else. That's probably how they forgot the clothes in the U-Haul. I don't know. But yeah, he didn't have any clothes, so his mom, she had to use her money to buy Sneaky some clothes, because Sneaky, he didn't even have a job at the time. So Sneaky's mom used to trip on him about him paying her back. And I remember one time Sneaky had told me he was going to give me $130 for some shoes. And his mom, she had called my phone. It was his payday. His mom called my phone and she was like, hey, where's Sneaky at? He's supposed to be paying me my money today. I'm like, oh, well, Sneaky, he right here, he sleep. So I get off the phone with his mom and I tell Sneaky, I'm like, hey, your mom looking for you. I had took Sneaky back home to his mom's house. I had waited outside in the car for Sneaky, and Sneaky had went upstairs to his mom's house. And during the time I'm in the car, I hear a whole bunch of yelling, y'all. And 15 minutes later, his mom, she just storms out the house and she walks off. Like, she's mumbling, talking shit too at the same time. So Sneaky, he comes out, get in the car, and he was like, man, she up there tripping, yelling at me and shit about some money. She still wants the money that I owe her for the clothes. So he was like, I had to give her your shoe money, babe. I'm sorry, like, I'll have to get you some shoes another time. I'm like, okay, it's cool. Just pay your mom back. Yeah, I don't mind you having to give me some shoes another time. So yeah. He's telling me this time that's why his mom is tripping, and that's why she kicked him out at 2 o'clock in the morning, y'all. So I tell Sneaky he can catch a lift to my house and he can just stay with me, and it's cool. Like, I don't mind. So he catches a lift to my house, and you know, he ends up staying with me for a little while. He ends up staying with me for a good maybe 2 months. And during those 2 months, y'all, it was hell, because he had bitches pulling up to my house, dropping him off, and bitches stalking my house. Like, it was crazy, y'all. That's a whole nother story time. Later on, after Sneaky had stole my car, I had found out a whole lot of stuff from his mama. She had told me everything. She ran every single thing down to me that day. So his mom tells me why she kicked Sneaky out at 2 in the morning that time. His mom was gone. I think she was out of town, because sometimes I know she would go back to her home state and visit family. So it was just Sneaky and his sister at home. And Sneaky, I guess he invited a girl over. And remind you, me and Sneaky, we're together. We're supposed to be in a committed relationship. So he invites some random girl over that he met offline, and just brings her up to his mama house. And then his sister got mad and she was like, you know, you're not supposed to have any bitches in this house. So his sister called his mom and told her that Sneaky had a girl up in the house, and he's up in there trying to fuck on her because he had took her in the bathroom, because they had a 1-bedroom apartment. And he had caught an STD. Like, his mom read everything down to me. She told me he caught an STD. She told me that some girl was supposed to be pregnant by him. He was out there doing the most, doing me real bad. And then when he had got put out, he just leaves the girl sitting on their porch, and he called a lift and came to my house. And I guess the girl just up and left. That's what his sister said. And then his mom was telling me how Sneaky used to talk so bad about me. He was just using me because I had a car. Like, it was crazy. She also told me how she just didn't understand why I would even want to be with her son. She thought I was too good for him. She thought I was pretty and I had something going for myself. And I just didn't need to be with a bum like her son. She told me herself to quit talking to her son. She did not want me to ever talk to her son again, y'all. And I'm just like, wow, like this whole time I'm with this boy. I ain't gonna call him no man because he was clearly a boy. And he just outdoing me foul, y'all. And I don't know why I didn't realize this from the beginning. Sneaky had did so much to me. I do want to give y'all story times about that. But then again, I don't, because y'all know why. I'm now starting to feel like I be seeing too much. I don't know. But I was low-key thinking about starting a membership for people who don't mind spending like $2-3 for those particular story times, because believe me, I got some wild story times that I be wanting to post on YouTube, but I just can't. So I don't know if that's something that y'all would want to do. Just let me know down in the comments. Maybe we can do that later on in the future, not right now though. But yes, that's it for this story time. I'm sorry it was really short. I was literally up early this morning, like 5 o'clock this morning, recording a story time for y'all. It was really long, but I had to delete it because I did not have any more storage in my phone. I was so mad because it was gonna be a 2-part story time and I was almost done, but then I couldn't record it anymore, so I had to delete the whole story time and just give y'all a quick story time. I don't know what I'm gonna do about storage. I really don't know. Like, I'll be deleting hella stuff in my phone and I still can't record how I want to. I'll be wanting to give y'all those hour-long story times. So I don't know, y'all. I'm sorry. I was thinking about maybe getting another phone. But yeah, right now, I'll probably just have to limit the story time to about 30 minutes. But yeah, y'all, that's it for this story time. I'm so sorry that it was a short one, but I had to give y'all something before I go to the dentist tomorrow, because as I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna be down for a few days. I'm not ready for those shots in my mouth tomorrow, but I have to get it done. My tooth is killing me. But if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to 1K subscribers. I'm trying to hit that goal before the end of the year. Go ahead and like, comment, share this story time. Thank y'all so much for watching, y'all. Until next time, bye.